Welcome back to Sheepy Hollow. There. I'm gonna just quickly show you what I did earlier today. And let's throw these boots outside. Plus, I've got a freaking the rototiller. I gotta fix that somehow now. Gotta beat that back. That's something I didn't know. This here is loose. I don't know why that happened. What happened there? Oh. And I'll figure this out when I come back. But I bent that. This is already bent up. And it looks like a rock hit it here. It's not there now. But I'll muck around with it later. What I'm going to do is I'll take you with me and give you a little update at where I'm at. Yesterday, I don't know, you can't see maybe, I took the recycle out to the road. And I only managed to get 2 more loads. But we got the road open here for the mower. And I'll give you an idea. My son said he was going to come and give me a hand of some sort. Well, the worst of it's done. I come up here. There's a damn sheep. And I managed to get this done. Rototilled up. Moved the rain barrel to where the wife wanted it. And it ain't getting moved again. And threw this damn thing out of here. Maybe I'll give that to my son. And I just rototilled all the crap that was in there. So that's real fertile right there. Super fertile. And we got to do something about that. This is yesterday, after the video, my neighbor came over and said, let's pull that tree down. So we're going to do the rest of them in the fall. There's one pine and 2 or 3 of those Lombardies. Those Lombardies are all those trees that I took off down here. And then in a second here, I'll show you where the rest of them are. And I rototilled this up, which wasn't easy either, because the mower, or the rototiller, let's take these with me here. The rototiller can't get into the corners, because it's a rear tine thing, majiggy. And I might have to come up here and rototill out where that thick grass is. My wife would like to put the gourds in the, what do you call it, the squash together. Plus I rototilled this thing up. And there is a couple of huge rocks in there somewhere that eventually will come to the surface, I think, with the frost and whatnot. So the goal here this summer, or in another few days, is 3 big rows of potatoes instead of the 4 I had last year. Well, we didn't hardly eat any potatoes, and we did give quite a few of them away. So that's what I've been up to. And I picked up the raccoon cage because ain't nothing going in there right now. And we'll see what we can do about that later. I need these pieces of wood. I gotta make it sharp in one end. So that I can maybe jam it in there and see if I can bend that piece of metal back on the rototiller before I put it away. But wow. And the reason I'm out here now because I was so freaking tired I couldn't stay awake at my desk. I was done about 10:30 this morning, my wife said, when I came in after rototilling, and I immediately laid down. I couldn't move. I must have stayed there for 45 minutes. Alright, so let's leave these here. And we'll deal with that thing after. Let's go for a spin over the hill. This way it'll give me... Oh, there's an interesting looking thing. Not sure what the hell that is. No. It's on the side of the Jeep. Okay. Oh, you can't see it. I'll have to wash the window. It's got, my mother-in-law. She gets in here and she moves the seat all the way forward. And then it's in my way. Okay, it's hotter. It's hot in here. And if I can get moving, I'd like to do 2 more loads of wood today. I have a chance of getting it all done. Now, I've mowed this 3 days ago, and look at the freaking grass, man. I'm telling you. It's mental. Also, how come there's no... Climate. AC, okay. And come down here. Well, I guess we don't need the wipers no more. Look at all the leaves. Beautiful. But I definitely feel my right arm my bicep was somewhat sore last night, but man, is it ever aching now. For whatever reason, I don't know. And the grass, the hay's coming up. Look at that. And the apples are all blossoming now too. Geez, I even mowed this the other day. There we go. And we have a hockey game starting tonight at 8:30 against the Toronto Maple Leafs. and the Montreal Canadiens. And the reffing is horrible. I don't care what team you're playing. It's a real shambles right now. You know, in the playoffs, a lot of times they don't call all the penalties. Well, that's wrong. They should call every penalty every time it happens. Because what happens is, if they're not calling penalties, then you start doing dirtier stick work. People get hurt, or more apt to be hurt. You know, it's just wrong. But anyway, that's just that. But I definitely feel really old right now. Well, not really old, but old enough to make me think, why am I doing all this hard labor when I wouldn't do it when I was working, just to give all the vegetables, most of them, away? Makes me think. I even cut down here a little bit. That frickin' tree's gonna come down before long too. With this wind, I should be doing another couple of loads of firewood. I had to put on a bug net long sleeve shirt. What else did I do? I didn't do gloves. They crawl up my pant legs. I could have taped them off or wore rubber boots. The other thing I could have done, I put gloves on as well. Oh well. Yeah, I didn't mow past here. I just turned around here and went back. This doesn't look like it needs it too bad. Yeah, I'll have to cut that guy down too. But right now I don't have I just got the wagon for dragging wood around, and I don't want to be using my lawnmower for that. No beaver. Got another month of these heavy flies here coming here. And then by the time July hits, things should start getting a little bit better. Not down here though. Up where the wind can get it, it will be good. But it's good. We have 500 subscribers. As of now, I'm halfway to my first goal. And I only have one goal, and we're halfway there. So that's good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I need to point out, I don't mind answering comments. If you got some something to add that will either help or you want me to see if I can do it or whatever, or take a look at it, just drop a line. We'll see what we can do. What we have here is 100 acres of, I don't know how many times it's been cut over, but it's what's called an Acadian forest, which is just a mishmash of every kind of tree that the province of New Brunswick has to offer. And it's, I don't know how many percentage, it's like 90% of the Acadian forest is no longer here. You've got these big lumber companies that come in, pay off their politicians, and then they come and they spray. And in this province, taxpayers are paying to spray crowned land, which is really, really bad. And the company is so big, well, most of these forestry companies are so big, that they have the ear of the government. They're not well, it's just wrong. And I can harp and complain all I want, but unless people start voting differently, nothing will change. It doesn't look like there's any beavers down there either. I'll be going down there after bug season, and we'll take a look. I was hoping on building a primitive camp down here somewhere, notably off to the left here. But that's not going to happen. Yeah, that tree there, Lonesome George, has seen better days. I got to take a look to see if there's any conchs on it, or something similar to that, like fungus growing up on it. We'll be able to see that a little better on the way back. Because if there is, then it's going to die. It's just telling you that the fungus is attacking the tree, and the tree's given up. That'd be that. Beautiful day. 23 degrees out, whatever that is. I think it was supposed to be something like 28. My wife's going to the city tomorrow, and my job is to drag the potatoes, what's left of them, out of the basement. I'll clean that up, whether I sweep it up and vacuum it to get it ready for the fall for putting more potatoes into the basement. That was a lot of work. I can't remember how many potatoes, like pounds of potatoes there would have been, but there was quite a bit. Oh, look at that, we got a little bit of a tree down here. It's broke. And we got to come down here sometime and dig the rest of that. I'm not sure if it was a birch. I think it was a birch. Because that's good firewood too. But most of the big trees are gone. The previous owner cut them all down. I don't know where whatever they ended up as. But I'm not into that. I don't mind cutting down some poplar trees and those Lombardies, but I like to leave all the hardwoods as long as I can. I was thinking, I come down here, and if a tree was to fall over and block the road, I'd have to go all the way back to the house, get my mower, get the chainsaw, and come all the way back down here to free it, to get the Jeep to go past. I'd have to drag my old lady down here to drive the Jeep back. But it looks like I could come down here and give it a bit of a mow, I suppose. But that ain't happening today. Now, let's have a look at old George here. What we're looking for is things like mushrooms. You know, like they look like pancakes growing off the side of a tree. And you can see on the side of it, I'll just pull up here a little more. Yeah, she's had it. Here, I'll give you a peek here. See the root of that? That big root off to the left is pretty well dead. Most of that one coming towards the car, that's missing all kinds of bark. And then if you look up here, you can see there's a big scar on it. She looks pretty rough. And there's little fellers coming along. Oh, that's something. You see the tips of those? I don't know if I can zoom in on this thing or not. How do you do that? I guess I can't. There might be something up closer. There, see those on the end of that little fir? Or at the very tip of this little one right here, there's about 4 little shoots sticking up. That's all new growth, and that's within the last week. I'm not sure how this one missed. Yeah, this does the same thing. Oh well. There you can see it on that little guy there. And there are a lighter green than the tree that was there last year. I mean the same tree, but right here, look at that's a good example. Ought to be, what, 70, 50 years younger. I'd be 18 years old, holy Jesus. Crazy. I wouldn't smoke. That's for darn sure. Yeah, that rototillin just played me right out. Oh, what was that? Must have been a rock at one point. Here, you can see these guys really good. Right at the window here. Look at that. That's pretty. And I'll have to cut this back. All kinds of cedar growing on the side of the road too. And these ones here, I believe, are alders. The ones with the lines on the leaves. Those are a pain. Okay. If I get a side-by-side, I won't have to mow this if I keep driving over top of it and flattening it out. And I'm wondering if they sell a gas-operated bush hog that you could pull with a trailer hitch. So if you had a side-by-side, you could have a bush hog that you could make it go out to the side so that you can go up and down the roadside here and cut everything on it. Like an expendable arm or something. But holy jeez, the black flies are thick. Now if I was to thin it out in here, especially underneath, like where you walk, knocked a lot of the limbs down so that the wind could blow, that would help clear out a lot of the bugs. Look how lush it is compared to the last time I came down here. And over the next few weeks, all this real light green will start darkening up, and it'll be full summer foliage. And summer is not until June the 21st or something like that. So it's a ways away. Boy, a tractor sure would be handy. Mind you, my neighbor, he does all his wood in the winter with a snowmobile. I've never seen how he's done it. But he burns quite a bit of wood too in the winter. He's retired. Look at all the ferns coming up. Ferns are already up. And here we are, we're coming back to the war zone. There's a lot of trees that are dead. They're going to get blown over here before long too. Oh well, maybe in the fall I'll come down here and I'll start bucking it up after the bugs are gone. Yeah. I wonder what causes those birch to do that. It seems like as if they're growing so fast. That they don't have any strength, and doesn't take much to blow them over. It's like safari here. I can't use cruise control at this slow speed. Yeah, I'm glad to get the lime and the fertilizer and the sheep manure and all that other crap onto the garden. Now it's time to get all the vegetables in. I'm telling you, farm or garden fresh produce is delicious. We don't put any chemicals on it. Nothing. Just gotta wake up here. She's thick in there, man. And here we are. Sure glad to discovered these in my closet, these long sleeve shirts. They're like a t-shirt with a long sleeve. Oh, nice, looking at the wind blowing on the grass. You can't even tell it was bush hog. But it's pretty windy out there. Look at this. Look at that tree moving there. It's like a dance. Huh. It's a nice looking tree. You can see the tips of all of that is a different green than the other part of the tree. There's an apple tree with the blossoms. Whole bunch of apples in here. That's why we've got deer. See, that limb's broken. There's not only those apples, and there's a pond right there somewhere. But we also got all, whoops, all these apples up on the side hill here too. Oh, big raven. And here's another big apple tree right there. All right, let's get up the hill here. Look, that's friggin', that's growing too. And I'm not sure which trees are which here, but we got some leaves coming out on either the black walnut or the butternut, and the sugar maple is growing to be crazy here. It's growing really good. Let me show you the sugar maple here when I get up here. I'll go up this way a bit. And my wife wants to put half an hour a day into there, and she's gone up there once. So that's no big deal. But here's the sugar maples. Right there. Those little guys. And those other ones are oak of some sort. But the sugar maples are just going like crazy. And that tree that was leaning over is no longer there. It's made a kind of a hole there. And it's pretty rough going in there, man, I'm telling you. It's like rose bushes and stuff like that. It was hard getting in and out of there. So I'm going to take a look at, see if I can fix that rototiller. And we'll probably get back to you guys tomorrow. Alright. Thanks for coming. she's a windy. Oh. Ah, to hell with the wood today. Bye-bye.